What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Investing Bros on this fine Saturday morning. Yes, crypto is slightly down, but it's still a great day to be here. I'm so glad to be with all of you guys. We got a special edition live show for you. We will look at charts. I will do some Q&A, but I want to take the majority of the show today to really talk to people maybe who are newer to crypto. Maybe you're new to crypto investing. Maybe you have a friend who's newer to crypto investing and you've been really trying to help think through how to give them suggestions and maybe examples of what a good portfolio would look like for them. Today, we're going to be doing that. There's going to be a long process. I'll get into it right here after our intro, but I'm going to set up for you guys what a beginner portfolio should look like. If you've been in crypto for a long time, you already have a portfolio built. Not everything will make sense necessarily for you, but let's say you have $0 of crypto right now. What should you be looking at for the next 12 to maybe 14, 16 months? We're going to be building that. So strap on in. Guys, let's go ahead and smash that like button. Let's get more people in here. But with that said, I'm going to roll the intro. Here we go. All right. Just doing some quick overview of what the show is going to look like, though. Again, mostly beginner-friendly stuff. Got a big announcement for you guys, though. In case you did not see on the subscriber count down below, last night we surpassed 20,000 subscribers. And no T-shirt is here, so there's no sound effects going on. But you guys internally in your head, you just heard a small applause. Guys, you have been amazing. You guys did so awesome. We're already up to almost 20,500. So what's going to happen there? Normally, and we're going to put an end to this going forward. We'll be doing a lot of giveaways for a lot of different things going forward. But normally, we give $100 to one of our Discord members every time we hit a new 1,000 mark on subscribers. Well, now they're at 20,000. That's no longer going to happen. That doesn't mean we're not doing giveaways. So if anyone's thinking like, oh, no, they're not going to give it, we're going to keep doing giveaways. And we have some big announcements coming very, very soon. I'm not going to say anything until T-Shroom is back, but some really cool things are happening. We're going to be having giveaways at least monthly, if not weekly, to several different things. But to celebrate and to go out with a bang of celebrating every single 1,000 mark subscriber count, when T-Shroom comes back, meaning you have, 4 or 5 days, he'll be back on Wednesday. We'll be announcing how you can be one of 20 people. We're going to give $100 to one person, but 20 of you, we're going to do 20 people will get $50 in a giveaway. We'll tell you exactly how. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for getting us to 20,000. Here's to getting now to 50 and then 100 after that. Stay tuned for those types of details. We also, on today's show, after we get through talking about the beginner portfolio, we put this off for a long time, and it is completely my fault because I keep forgetting. But Blackie Chan has reminded me about a month and a half ago, he was one of the winners. We had something happen where he was one of the winners of the $100. And when we went to reach out to him to give him the money, he said, you know what? No, use that for a community trade live. So guess what? At the end of the show, we're going to talk as a community. We'll look at some charts. We will enter a community trade with the $100. You guys will help select what coin to look at. You'll even tell me within reason what we're going to put the leverage on. We'll wrestle through it. And then that will be a trade that one more person will win the $100 plus whatever profit that trade ends up finishing in. If it goes to zero, there's no giveaway there. But we haven't had one that has that happen just yet anyway. So I feel really good about that. If you guys feel really good about the show so far, and again, I haven't even gotten into the details, you need to make sure you're smashing the like button throughout. And also make sure if you have not done it already, you're not going to be one of the first 20,000, but you can be one of the first 50,000. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 50K in the next, I don't know. We got to 20 a lot faster than actually I thought we would. So I think as the momentum continues, as the bull market heats up, we can get there very, very quickly. Let's take a look at what's happening. You can see behind me a sea of red. If we're only going to look at the hourly chart, got a sea of green here. So we're seeing some momentum in crypto over the last hour. Brett is up. Jasmine is up. Sui is up. Render Fed. I mean, I'm not going to read every single one that's up. These are just coins that we've talked about here more recently. Daily chart, still a sea of red. Why? Because yesterday morning, the crypto market was doing very well. Nobody knew that there would be we talked about it yesterday on the live show, $150 billion left crypto yesterday in a very strange and weird crash that, again, has myself and I think some of the rest of you out there thinking potential manipulation. What does that mean? We'll get into it here in a second. Now, we're going to be using this today. We're going to be building a portfolio, but let's check out the top 10. Bitcoin kind of hovering, holding on to about 69,300, give or take. I'll show you some targets here in just a minute that you need to keep an eye on. Ethereum is down as well. The only green you're going to see in the last 24 hours belongs to stable coins. So if you guys are looking at those don't move. Someone asked me earlier, I think username said, Tim, can we get a price prediction for USDC in 2025? I said, that's an easy one. I predict it will be $1 in 2025. You know, every now and then maybe it falls to 99 cents, but not too far off of $1. Big red, though, coming down here. Dogecoin down 9%. XRP down 6%. Toncoin down 3.8%. Cardano took a big flop. You know, Cardano actually started to build up momentum, but taking a very big flop here recently. I am still bullish on Cardano long term, but definitely concerning to see 10% come out of Cardano. Sheeb 7%, AVAX 10%. So big day, big red day here in the last 24 hours. I'm not going to spend too much time on this part of the charting. Later on during Q&A, we can get into a lot more charts, but let's just cover the basis of what's happening here. We still are wrestling right now with this longer-term perspective that I discussed, that historically, Bitcoin stays in a tighter range post-halving. I've given the scenario for potentially breaking out and making a move to 80K, but with yesterday's fall in price, that looks like we're going to have to hold off on those higher highs right now. We are still currently in a higher low situation, so a rising support level. We need to continue to defend right here on 68,800, give or take, to feel good about that. If we lose that, then it could be a nice little fall, at least down to 64,000. Could go even lower towards 60,000. However, we're not out of the woods just yet for Bitcoin, but it's kind of a mixed bag. The bulls could pull through, the bears could pull through. I showed you guys yesterday as far as liquidations. We took out the majority of these liquidations down at these lower levels. So could there be room for maybe one more good move? Maybe we match the wick of Bitcoin. If I were to come back here to the 4-hour chart and kind of zoom in for you guys, we had a wick yesterday go all the way down to about 68,400, give or take. Could we match that potentially and then start a short squeeze where price pushes back up? Possibly. LuxAlgo does still show that we have a very strong order block right here below us. That is reason for some comfort as far as defending that line for Bitcoin. We will, though, however, have to wrestle with our smart trail back up here around 71,000, an area where, yes, we've had some candles break above, but 71,000 has proven to be a very strong defense for bears, and I think it'd be very bullish to get back above it, but it looks like we have a little more work to do if you are a bull. Now, I'm going to really quickly show you some altcoins and some slippages that have happened here. Ethereum dropped below. We've been tracking. Let me turn off Lux for just a second here. We have been tracking this symmetrical triangle. I told you guys it's not the end of the world if we break out, but now that we're down here, we are really sitting on Ethereum's kind of make it or break it level. If we lose this 3,600, then I do think it's going to be a little bit of a fall here for Ethereum. On the 4-hour chart, you see take profits coming in somewhere around 3,500 or even down to 3,300. But you come out to the daily chart, and if we cannot defend this level, again, remember 3,600, very important, we could see a fall all the way down to 33 down here to our smart trail. So it is kind of make it or break it time for Ethereum. I'm not freaking out just yet. I've told you guys, I've seen this way too many times in crypto where people get a little bullish, and there was reason to be bullish, and then the expert traders, the whales, make one drastic move to fake everyone out, and they put you in a situation where you're afraid that the bullish momentum is over. So you sell thinking, man, I don't want to get caught holding an Ethereum bag while it drops down below 3,000. That's what they want you to believe right now. But then as soon as you sell, they buy up your supply and the price shoots to the upside. So at the moment, I'm staying reserved in that kind of bullish scenario that I think that Ethereum is still bullish here as well. Solana, just yesterday I was on the Paul Barron show. If you caught me over there, I was bullish on the show. I'll admit I did not think we were going to drop like this. But if you were watching, I told you guys, hey, 160 is a strong level of defense for Solana. If that gets lost, I do think we're talking about potentially revisiting 140. But for now, 160 is a strong level of support. That is continuing to hold up. But we do have a breaker block, a bearish breaker block above us. These are massive levels of resistance. If the bulls want to regain control, what we're looking to reconquer is getting back up above 167. That's what we have there for Solana. Let's look at one more. I'm not going to look at every single altcoin, but ones that we definitely chased. Cardano fell to its own order block down here at 42 cents. Hit the take profit on the sell order. So we've kind of sufficed those, but we do have some breaker blocks above us. We really need to get above 46 cents again to feel bullish about Cardano. But again, I turn off this noise, and there still is a scenario for bigger moves to the upside. I am out of my Cardano trade. I did hit a trailing stop loss, so I ended in profit, just not as high as I want. But I'm still sitting here looking, I believe, on the daily chart. I still think there's a good case for a bigger move to 60 cents in the near future if the bulls can regain momentum. So we will cover more of that. If you want to know more about TA and do more, of course, I'll do some Q&A later, but you always can jump into our free Discord. If you guys are watching the show right now, make sure you go into the description and coming all the way down here, free Investing Bros Discord. We talk about it over there. You can go even further if you go into Discord and join by purchasing LuxAlgo. You can join my VIP trading group where I give feedback and thoughts about the markets throughout the day. So if you ever say, man, I want more access to Tim, that is your situation. That's what you got to do. Let's go ahead and take a break here for just a second, because we're going to be getting into this portfolio building. There's 218 of you. Smash the like button. We will talk more charts here in a second, but today's show is all about how can we build a portfolio for crypto beginners. I'll take a quick drink real quick. Eric Wallen says, I never want more access to Tim. He's lying. He tries to talk to me every single day, and he tries to tell me to buy more Cardano because he is the biggest Cardano maxi in the world. That's Eric Wallen. All right. Before I get going here, this episode, of course, is brought to you guys by one of the sponsors of our channel, Arculus. I've talked about them a lot, but especially if you're watching this video and you're new to crypto, I'm about to show you some amazing projects that you can get invested in and building a portfolio that could make you hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars within the next year and a half. However, one of the best ways to protect that wealth is to store your crypto in a cold wallet. And there's nothing better than Arculus. Guess what? When you use Arculus code, when you use our link down below and use code BROZ10, BROZ10, you can get 10% off today. Please, 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 if you do not have a cold wallet, or if you don't have a good cold wallet, go look at Arculus right now. Thank you for them sponsoring this show. Let's talk about my portfolio. Now, before we get in here, not my portfolio, sorry, the portfolio we're going to build for beginners. Before I go too much further, there's some rules I'm going to create here, because you guys are going to hear me talk about different coins. You're going to see that I have only so many on there. This is not a portfolio for someone who has been investing in Bitcoin for 5 years or 3 years or 10 years. You know, if you're experienced, hey, I'm glad you're here. Give some feedback, help people think through it. But this is not for you. This is for someone who maybe just joined. Maybe they own a little bit of Bitcoin. Maybe they own some Ethereum. Maybe they own some meme coins, but they're saying, you know what? I don't like what I'm seeing right now. There's a lot of volatility. What is the best stuff I can be investing in for good returns? These are the rules that I'm going to be covering. So when you see my selections, they fall under this. The number one rule I'm going to have is you have to be able to buy it on Coinbase. Now, I'm not sponsored by Coinbase. If anyone from Coinbase is listening, I would love to be sponsored by you guys. Reach out to me. You guys can get a hold of me. You guys will know how. The reason I'm saying this, though, is because Coinbase is going to be the number one easiest centralized exchange that people can go purchase crypto on. The fees aren't necessarily as good as if you found some degen ways to go about it. But again, we're talking about people who are brand new in crypto. They don't necessarily understand all the deep tech. They just need simplicity. Coinbase is going to be the best one for them to use. So there's going to be coins that I don't select that are actually good projects. I just can't put them in my list because no one can buy them on Coinbase, right? So that's rule number one. Number two, and you guys are reading along probably, but I'm going to be staying inside the trusted top 100. We're not going to some deep degen picks here, guys. We're not going to be finding these crazy coins built and only have a current $100 million market cap, but maybe could get to like 5 billion and could have massive X's behind them. No, we're going to be talking about coins that are already within the top 100. They've shown that they can build big market caps, and with the right team and community behind them, can continue to build in the bull market. You'll see a list over here. Again, not every coin in the top 100 is on this list, but the ones that I think are worth looking at, they're on this list. Can't have all of them. You'll see the other rules here. Number 3, only 15. Why? Some of you are going to say, Tim, why only have 15? Guys, we're not talking to investors who are like invested now for a couple of years. Again, I probably have closer to 30, maybe even a little bit more than that. I need to go back and take a look. But for someone who's new to crypto, I do not want to overload them because I do want them, as they invest, to continue to update and learn and research the coins that they're invested in. 15, you could make the argument, it's actually a whole lot for brand new investors. So I think it's actually stretching them a little bit, but we are going to choose our top 15. I will give an honorable mention to 5 extra, so you'll see about 20 that I select. But we're going to stick to saying, hey, let's stay with 15 coins. These are going to be the ones you want to pick. Number 4, plan is to hold until September of 2025. Why? Because while some altcoins will peak a little bit before that, some will peak a little after that. As a whole, if we go back to previous 4-year cycles, altcoins peak very, very close usually to where Bitcoin peaks. And Bitcoin, according to the 4-year cycle, probably will peak in September or October of 2025. Keep going on. I'm going to have at least 5 safe picks. What this means is I don't think these picks will have the greatest ROI. I don't think they're going to have 20, 30, 40 X's behind them, but I do think that they're safe for investors to put their money in, and they will have good returns coming. On the flip side, I will have no more than 3 high-risk, high-reward picks. I mean, these coins, there's a chance that they do crazy gains, but there's also a chance that they flop, and they're really not that good. So that's what we have there. No more than 3. And of those risky coins, I'm not going to allot more than 4% of my portfolio to one of them. So if I do select 3 that I deem risky, that will in total only be 12% of my market, of my entire crypto portfolio. You guys got the rules? You guys feel good about it? Well, let's go ahead and build on that list. I got a list of coins over here. I left this side empty so you guys can see my face and I don't block anything. Not every coin in the top 100 is on this list. I was going through CoinMarketCap. I was looking at certain coins, and I said, you know what? I'm not even going to entertain that one being on here. So if you guys have a coin you like, you don't see it up here, you can ask about it, but I'll go ahead and tell you if it's not on this list, and there's some on this list that I'm not necessarily crazy about, but if it's left off this list and it's in the top 100, it's because there's not a bit of my mind that would even entertain that coin for a brand new person to invest in. Hopefully that makes sense. You guys can see here, my green, I'm going to start off with my 5 safe picks. Again, what does safe mean? I'm not necessarily thinking that this coin is going to be, nuts like a 20x, but I do think that it's going to be at least a safe, Bitcoin, I think, is safe like 2 to 3x. I think Ethereum is a safe like 5x. I think go higher, but I think it's safe. These are going to be coins that I just feel very, very good about moving forward. Blue is going to be like, hey, I still feel good about them, but there's a chance something goes wrong that I'm not perceiving. But I feel good about these coins. And these are the ones that I think are realistically 20Xs. Then I'll have yellow. These are my 3 risky picks, meaning, hey, these things could probably either 50X or maybe 1X or go away completely. That's my risk play. And the red will be my honorable mentions. All right, makes sense. Let's start off with the boring. Let's start off with the very, very boring, hey, it is what it is. You should invest in this coin. You will make money. It's just you might not make a lot of money. You got to start off with Bitcoin, right? So got to get into slot number 1, Bitcoin. Very, very easy select number 1. And, of course, I'm going to just kind of speed through these. Bitcoin and Ethereum, guys, king and queen of crypto. Are you going to make $1 million off of a $1,000 investment on these coins? Not in this bull market, no. Again, Bitcoin currently sitting just below 70K. I have a target somewhere closer to 200,000. That's like a 3X, guys. I mean, I think a 3X is possible for Bitcoin. I think maybe it goes a little higher, but I don't foresee even a 5X on Bitcoin, if we're being honest. Ethereum is sitting around 3,600. I think realistically, we could see this coin touch 20,000. Hey, that's really, really good, guys. We're talking about a 6 to 7x if that happens. But again, there's going to be coins on this list that make a lot more money. Those two are very, very easy for me to say. Those are safe selections. Now, let's get into some others. I'm going to go ahead for this one. I'm going to skip BNB because I think BNB is another very boring one. But I already have two of my boring coins right here. I'm going to leave Bitcoin and Ethereum as my two safe picks. Let's keep going on. Number 3, Solana. Now, Solana, I think the floor is going to be closer to 1,000. With the current price sitting at 160, that would be less than a 10x. But I think 1,600 and a 10x for Solana is not a crazy prediction. There's an outside chance we make it to 2,000. So maybe a little bit more than a 10x. But I do think Solana, it's already so large. This is one of the top altcoins. It's number 4, not counting stable coins. You're going to have other coins that make more money moving forward than Solana. But I still think it's a safe investment for people to put their money in. If you were crazy enough to buy the dip at $8, holy cow, you guys are going to make a lot of money. There was, literally a year and some change ago, guys, Solana was sitting at $8, and it'll probably go above 1,000. Those people, if they're patient, will make a lot of money. But now sitting at 160, a lot of the gains that it's capable of doing are out of the way. It's got a little ways to go above us, but do not expect 20, 30, 40x for Solana. As good as the project is, and as much as I think people will keep using it and building on it here in the future. Dave Digital says, I know, right, Tim is too experienced to force light mode on us. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about it, guys. Where was the settings on that? I was messing with this the other day. How do I fix that setting? I have to, let's see. Where's the setting for dark mode? I actually was playing with it the other day, and I did not do it on this particular thing. Where's dark mode? Settings? Nope. All right. Well. All right. Here, let me unshare. Let me share real quick. Let me help you guys and not blind you so much. I don't see it there either in view. Someone says go to view. I don't see it there either. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Well, guys, we're going to finish off. We're going to just let you guys get blind. I'm sorry. Should have thought about it beforehand. In the future, I will do better. I promise you. You have my word. For today, you guys are going to look at a white screen. Wear some sunglasses. Don't die. We're going to keep on going here. Let's move on. Oh, why did I just get rid of Solana? It deleted it, so we got to retype that one in. All right, Solana's number 3. Let's go with number 4. There's a lot of things on here that I think I could put. I am not saying that I think that I'm not saying that people should not invest in this coin. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and make one honorable mention. I'm just not going to put XRP into my top 15. I think I already have some boring ones in play over here. I think XRP does have some questions. You can disagree with me. If you want to move that and exchange it for something else, go for it. It is going into my number 1 honorable mention. But XRP is not going to make the list. I'm not going to go through all of them like that, but it's not going to make my list. And we'll keep moving on here. I'm going to go with Cardano. Now, this is going to be another hotly debated topic. I think Cardano is a safe bet to at least go back to new highs over $3. That would be right in and of itself a little bit less than a 10x. I think, $4 is a 10x pretty much from here. I think $5 is more of my realistic floor. I think top case $6 to $7 at this point. I think it potentially still has a 12 to 15x left in it. But at the end of the day, I still feel good about making money in Cardano. So therefore, it's not going to be one of my coins I'm counting on for big gains, but it is one of my safe selections, and I'm making 5 safe selections. My next one, it's actually going to be dropping all the way down here to Polkadot. Another one that I do not believe is going to make billionaires. I don't think that people are going to be able to invest a little bit and make a lot, but I do still think I could see a 10x for Polkadot, and therefore, and I think a pretty safe 10x on Polkadot. So therefore, it cracks that last slot in my 5 safe coins. Now, I don't want you to believe that like 6 through 12 are necessarily risky. they're just not going to fit the bill of being like the boring but pretty secure list. But I want you guys to think about this so far. Anyone who's like kind of rolling their eyes and saying, oh, I can't believe he put Cardano and Polkadot on this list. I want you guys to know, we don't know who made Bitcoin. Satoshi Nakamoto is an anonymous person, but no one's going to argue with me on that one. It is the greatest thing that the world has seen in the world of finance in a long, long time. Bitcoin, the number one storage of wealth moving forward. Vitalik Buterin, Charles Hoskinson, Gavin Wood. It is hard to say that there are three. It is hard to beat the mind of those three. Those are three super minds in the world of crypto. I think some of the top-notch people to think about how blockchain future looks. They all have different ideas about how those things go, but ultimately the reason why, I mean, Solana I'm putting in there, no disrespect to the dev team on Solana, very intelligent people. Solana's just there because I think Solana has all the momentum. It's what the people love to use. Even the institutions love it. I think an ETF is coming for Solana before the end of this bull market. But I'm putting these other three in here, Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot. They have the best minds in crypto that lead their teams. That's why they're safe and they're in there, even if they're not the sexiest picks, if that makes sense. Let's go into these are going to make you money. Are they sure things? Not necessarily, but these things should, if nothing goes wrong, should be making you money. You got to start off with the one that I'm big on, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm not going to apologize for being a Chainlink super fan. I'm a super fan for a reason. That one is right there. That one borderline should be in the safe picks in my bet. With the adoption that it is getting, Chainlink's going to do some special things, and I'm pretty darn certain of it. I'm going to put probably even a significant amount of my portfolio into it. But Chainlink's going to start us off number one there of our, hey, we're going to make money here, but we're not necessarily high risks here. Let's go with the next one, Near Protocol. Going to be one of our AI coins here. I love Near. Love me some Near. I've gotten bigger. I am very big on the next one I'm going to put in here, which I don't think is a risk. But I wanted to make sure I put Near in as well. Let's get our two AI coins back to back right there. Near and Render. Definitely think that there are, definitely 10X is in both of them. But I think it's not unrealistic to see 15 to 20 for Near and maybe 20 to 25 or 30 for Render. Again, you guys can fight me if you want. You guys can disagree with me. This completely okay. Go make your own beginner-friendly list. But I do think the AI still has a long way ahead of it in this bull market. That's what I'm going to start off right there. Let's keep going. Some other coins that I'm definitely big on here. Let's go with Avalanche right into this grouping right now. Again, another real-world asset. It's currently ranked number 11. This is one I'm probably have my eyesight on more of like a 15, but I think there's an outside chance of the 20X. Not going to be the biggest gainer of this group, but I do think it outgains the majority of the ones in my top 5. So I'm going to keep it right in there. No disrespect, except for this one. I don't, both these ones. I don't really care about Tron. This one to me is almost like hey, I don't even know how much longer Tron's going to really be here. Bitcoin Cash, I don't invest in anything that has something after the word Bitcoin in it, right? So I'm going to invest in Bitcoin. I'm not going to invest in Bitcoin Cash, or I think down here is Bitcoin SV. Let's just go ahead and make those red. Don't even have to worry about it. Not going to be investing in those ones, although several others will. The rest of these, mad respect to BNB. I think it will probably end up staying in the top 10 throughout the entire bull market. Dogecoin, there's a part of me that really wants to, and I almost want to put it into my honorable mention, but I would almost say Dogecoin would probably come out right of my top 20. So I'm going to leave that one over here as well. Let's keep going on to some others. There's going to be one here that really pains me that I can't put it on this list. But remember our rules. If you're just joining, I have a list of rules. Rule number 1, it has to be bought on Coinbase. Well, guess what, guys? I love me some Caspa. I think you guys, if you can get a hold of Caspa, should own it. But this list is not for those of you who have been around the block in crypto. This list is for new investors. And new investors, you can't buy it on Coinbase. Got to go ahead and get rid of Caspa here for the list. But I do really enjoy it. Caspa to me would be in this grouping of the blue or the teal colors. You just can't get it on Coinbase, so therefore it doesn't make the list. Cube says, can you buy it on Upload? You can buy it on Upload. You can buy it on MEXC if you can still use MEXC because they just KYC. You can trade it on BloFin, the trading partner of our channel. But we're here talking about investing, like meaning if someone buys these coins right now, they are going to hold them, hopefully put them into a cold wallet, but they're going to hold them until the end of the bull market. Then they're going to sell them for profit. Boom, Caspa can't fit that bill because you can't buy it on Coinbase right now. Again, this whole thing is not financial advice as much as it's suggesting and helping people think through building portfolios. And right now, it's hard for people to get a hold of Caspa when they're newer to crypto. Let's keep going on here. Stacks making my list. Some people are going to make an argument that Stacks should potentially be in the risky category. I don't think so. I think that Stacks is a very, very beautiful coin. I think it's going to be possibly in the top 10, but at least top 15 because it's the number one layer 2 in crypto. Number one layer 2 for Bitcoin. Think about like the Maddox of Ethereum. That's going to be the kind of thing for Bitcoin here as well. So that is going into my list. And by the way, I'm building this out and I put some thought into it, but there's a chance I'm going to look through some of this stuff and exchange some things. So don't, just because I'm putting it here, I actually might move some stuff. So stick with me. Don't tune out because you start to think you know where the chart's going. I got to keep going through here on things. ICP's got to be in this list. ICP's got to be in this list. I think this one could potentially get close to cracking in the top 10. Again, we're not probably talking about 30x here. I think we're talking about 15, maybe 20. But ICP definitely is going up there. Think about the internet of Web3, and that's what ICP is going to help build, the infrastructure. It's an interoperability coin. It's going to help all these things connect. Got to have ICP in there. Now, you guys might be thinking, oh my goodness, there's one big one that we talked about a whole lot on this channel. Is Tim going to pass it over? And the answer is no. Got to put ONDO squeaking in here. ONDO's not a risk for me. When you say when there's a coin that BlackRock is behind, you got to go big on that one. Now, here's the thing. ONDO's market cap is going to do some crazy things. I just made a price prediction video. Go check it out. It's actually, I think, the #1 viewed video on our channel, my ONDO price prediction. And in it, I talk about if we already had all the supply on ONDO, we could possibly see ONDO do like a 70x. The market cap is going to go parabolic. The problem with ONDO is that they will be printing a bunch of new coins. They're going to more than double their supply. So the realistic expectation for ONDO is probably closer to 15 to 20x from here. With the recent dip, maybe closer to 25 or so. But ONDO is going to be special not only for this bull market, but I think a lot of the other ones moving forward. So I've filled out my blue list here of like, these aren't necessarily high risk, but they're not the safest choices in the world. Let's kind of go through here and look at some others and maybe eliminate others or maybe even apply them to our honorable mentions. And I'll tell you this one right here could possibly have squeaked into the safe and possibly could have squeaked in here at the end of the blue. I got Polygon Matic. I would say great investment. It's going to go in my honorable mentions here, guys, but it's not going to crack for me into my top 15. I'm gonna have my risk tokens here in a second, but let's look at some others here that definitely should be honorable mentions moving forward. That I'm like, I invest in it personally. I'm just not going to put it into the category of, hey, brand new investors need to be here. Let's kind of keep on looking through here. I'm gonna put, a lot of people debate back and forth between optimism and arbitrum. I'm gonna go optimism is an honorable mention for me. Not cracking all of my top 15. Not gonna crack what I think noobs should be buying right now. But it also 2 layer 2s for Ethereum making it into my honorable mentions. I think Ethereum's going to do great. I think these are going to do great, and that's why it's there in the honorable mention. There's many other that I can kind of address right now. Someone asked earlier about Monero. Monero's a no-go for me. It's a privacy token, meaning you can do a lot of things with it. I've only ever met one person actually really heavily hold Monero. I met him with Matt C in Austin, Texas, and we were telling him that we were in the crypto world. He's like, oh, I love crypto. Monero, I get Monero all the time. That's how I buy my shrooms. And so I was like, okay, well, there you go right there. I think Monero is going to face an uphill battle against the government because while there's going to be common sense laws that help us keep the rest of the crypto space, things like Monero, I think, could continue to just really struggle to pass all the flags that the government's going to want to have. This one is the epitome of, like, when people say you use Bitcoin and Ethereum and others for illicit activities, dumbest thing in the world. You will get tracked down and found so easily. Monero, I can see people saying Monero is the way to go if you're going to do illicit activities, and therefore, I think the price gets suppressed on that one. I'm not going to put any what I perceive as the dangerous meme coins. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, I am not a risky meme coiner. I don't count Doge, Shiba Inu, or I'm going to say even I don't really count Pepe as being one of the dangerous meme coins. And the reason why, and I'll just move, I'm not going to put Pepe on my list, but I'll move it over here. Dogecoin and Shiba have been around the block multiple times and have continued to be here, right? So those ones have already, I mean, Dogecoin could be the future coin of X. Shiba Inu has actual use case in it. I think that they're both, people are going to call them meme coins. I don't even call them meme coins. Pepe's a meme coin, but Pepe is such an old meme now. It was here before crypto. It's here now. And if crypto ever went down, which it won't, it'll be here long after crypto. So Pepe, it's not a risky meme coin in the same way others are. I'm not going to invest in it, but I'm also not going to put it in the same category as the Flokies and the Bonks and others. I'm not investing there. As a whole, let's see here. I'm going to build some others that I think in my respect. I have 2 slots left for my honorable mentions, but let's get into the risky predictions here. With my number 1 selection, you guys have heard me talk about it here more recently. If you've been watching the channel, Jasmy Coin is going to become my number 1 risk coin. Why? Well, there's a chance Jasmy Coin doesn't do much, but this is one of the few coins that is pretty much already at max supply. It has some great momentum here recently, has a good use case. Even looking through it this morning, I think the ultimate goal of Jasmy Coin, which could be cool, is that it allows users to volunteer their data for better marketing purposes. So it's a data storage coin, but effectively, I think businesses could heavily use this in the push towards heavy decentralization, in the push to hopefully continue to fight against violations of your personal space and your privacy. People using Jasmy Coin can opt in to give data so that they get the best ads sent to them. I know there's ways to do that already, but you put that on the blockchain, I think the power is special. The momentum is there. They were looking dead there for a while during the bear market. However, I think that their momentum is coming back. Community is a big thing, and Jasmy Coin is fitting the bill. I told you guys, I think on the show a couple days ago, there's an upside on Jasmy Coin of potential 70x. I think very realistically 50x. And to me, it's like, oh man, if we only do a 30x on Jasmy Coin, that might actually end up being a slight disappointment. Now, if it crashes and burns and dies, that's fine. I mean, that's what can happen. That's why it's a risky coin. But I have a decent amount of faith in Jasmy Coin, just maybe not as much as the ones that are above it. Now, I see a bunch of people talking about this next one. So you guys are wondering, am I going to leave it out? Well, I see a bunch of people. I maybe see one person saying it over and over again. Here we go. My coin number 2, risky. Risky coin here. Where is it? I lost. Oh, here we go. Jupiter. Jupiter is another risky token. Now it's built on Solana. You can call that a plus or a minus. I mean, it's good because Solana's absolutely still been tearing it up. But obviously, with the outages and stuff, some people are saying, "Do I want to have my swaps, my DEX is built on Jupiter?" I think it's inevitable for Jupiter to actually leave Solana. No. Disrespect to Solana. I don't think it's because Solana stinks. I think it'll be because Jupiter's large enough to kind of go their own route and build their own process. I've given this one, and it's not shown the momentum here recently, but I've given Jupiter an outside chance of passing Uniswap as the number 1 DEX, the number 1 decentralized swapping system in crypto. So big upside. We're talking about upside of 50x. But could it go lower than that? Maybe. Again, I'm not going to put more than 4% of my portfolio there, but I am going to say Jupiter has some very big upside. Broken Rule, Jupiter isn't available on Coinbase. Is it not available on Coinbase? I thought it was. If it's not, then I do have to take it off. Thank you for saying that. Is that true? For some reason, I thought maybe I purchased it on Uphold. I thought I purchased it on Coinbase. Very interesting. Let's make sure of that. Jupiter markets. Well, it's not going to pop on the top. So I guess you guys are probably right. I guess it is not on Coinbase. How about that? All right, guys. Well, there I told you. we were gonna have to make some changes. Jupiter is gonna have to go into. I'm gonna have to move them. I'm gonna have to move them into like their own special box up here because I love them. I want to invest in them. I think that it'd be good if noobs kind of, on a more risky take got into them, but I can't put it into my risky take right there. So, boom. All right, there's that. Let's go with the next one. I thought this next one was going to round out, and actually now that I'm thinking about it, I don't want I misthought this one through. ASI is going to have to come over here. ASI technically doesn't exist yet. I'm assuming it's going to be listed on Coinbase, but that's another one that I would say is risky. You should take a look at it. But no, we can't do that one. All right. Let's see what else is on here. So this is really debunking what I was going to do. I might have to even make some ones that aren't risky just to fill up my top 15. Let's take a look at some other ones on here that I think have massive upside. And more than likely, it's going to be on this side over here. Goodness gracious. All right, let's go core. Core has been going nuts more recently, going crazy. That one, again, I think big upside, potential flop. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm probably only going to put like 1% into that one because I don't love that one as much. But am I missing something else? I got to take a look at some others. But I think core is a potential threat to be very, very big. This is actually throwing me off now. I didn't plan ahead this far for my risky takes because I didn't think through it, but I'm very glad. Wait, core isn't on it either? Okay, well, that's there you go. There you go. We might not have any more risky. My only risk might be Jasmine coin. We might actually build some not so risky. I'll tell you what I think has potential for risk is Quant. Some people are going to hate that one. That one I know is on Coinbase. Some people are not going to like that one, but it's risky. It's very risky. It's low, but it's shown that it can make some moves in the past. So therefore, it potentially could make some moves here in the future as well. I'm not going to put this one. I'm very tempted on Wormhole. Wormhole had that week. It shot up. It helped switch things over to Solana. But then it's kind of fallen off the deep end. So not going to go there. So other people are saying VeChain. VeChain I wouldn't classify as risky, but let's hold on VeChain for a second. Let me put that right over here because I like VeChain. And I'll tell you right now, VeChain potentially should be in the honorable mentions right there. But I feel like there might be others, so that one might move as well. I'm gonna put Toncoin potentially in the honorable mentions for now. I might move it over. But I think what I'm looking at here, I think I like those better than anything on this side. Actually, no, let's move Toncoin now. I'm gonna put Sheeb instead of Toncoin. Some people are big on Sui. I'm not. I'm not seeing that. Arbitrum is going to make an argument over here, but I'm trying to think, would I put Arbitrum over any of these? I don't think so. I think I'm going to leave Arbitrum over here. Someone's saying Beam in chat. Beam's interesting. Let's take a look at what Beam has done more recently. Got to go back to CoinMarketCap. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just hit Beam into the code. Beam, number 74. Let's take a look at what things have looked like recently, all time. Okay, so newer project. I like the circulating supply on Beam. I will say that. The about gaming. Okay. All right. That's right. It's one of the bigger gaming ones. Okay. Wrong chart. Beam is interesting. Beam is very interesting for that 15th slot. It's got a very small market cap compared to others, but it's shown it can do things. And you can't buy me. Wow. All right, we're just running out. We're running out of things to buy on Coinbase. Coinbase needs to start listing some things. I'm darn near close to just go ahead and putting something like, oh, okay, you know what? And this isn't risky. I went over Injective. We're gonna put Injective in that spot. I think Injective has better upside potential than those. So this is like not a risky risk. But it definitely could do well. Celestia, can you buy Celestia on Coinbase before I even discuss the concept of Celestia? Can you buy it on? I have not bought it on Coinbase. And again, I obviously had not bought those ones either. I was just looking at them. Sui is the definition of risky. Exactly. But John, I put more risk than reward. The concept of risky is that you're comparing the risk to reward ratio. If Tia is there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move Quant, and I'm going to replace Quant with Tia, Celestia. It didn't pop out because I'm so used to seeing Tia, and again, I can't even find it right now. There we go. I'm so used to seeing Tia. I like that actually even better than Quant. So I think Jasmine, Celestia, and Injective, again, those three, they're lower on the rankings, meaning they have better potential. If something pops off and they go special, they definitely can have bigger gains. We're talking about 30x's potentially. Again, I'm not predicting they absolutely will, but they could. So remember, if you guys are just joining, this is actually, I like my list here. I don't think I'm going to exchange anything else for honorable mention. Again, there's some things I like here. I like Cosmos. I like HBAR in the sense of I think money can be made, but I just am not going to put it as my honorable mention. Arbitrum could make an argument for honorable mention. Arweave could make an argument there, but I'm not going to put it there. And I'm not going to go with the meme coins either. Still some great coins on this list. But remember, if you guys had not joined the beginning, these are my rules. It has to be on Coinbase, and that's what discredited everything over here. These are great buys. You just can't buy them on Coinbase. They had to be in the top 100. I only am picking 15 with 5 honorable mentions. Plan to hold until September of 2025. I had to give 5 safe picks. You guys can see the green right there. Very safe picks. I had to give only 3 risky ones, which actually ended up becoming more challenging than I thought. And then I'm only going to be giving 4% of my portfolio to those lists. So now we've done a lot of the part. It's already 11:47. I told you guys this was going to be time consuming in the beginning. We have our top 15, but now it is time to come back over here to CoinMarketCap and go to portfolio and start to build our portfolio out. What this will look like, some of you are going to have some random numbers all over the place. Some people can only have like $1,000 to invest. Some people have 100,000. Some people have 1 million. Adjust this. If you're looking at this and saying, I like this list, I want to copy it. You don't have to copy it your own way. I'm going to pretend that I'm working with somebody who only has $10,000. It's $10,000 easy. You have to have a 1 and then 0. So that's really easy for the math, because I'm going to kind of work through the percentages of what we should have here. But let's talk about Bitcoin first of all, because that's our number one. I know it's there. Is it going to make this impossible on me? Oh my goodness. I don't want to do it that way. I want to just buy a certain amount of it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put, of my $1,000, I'm gonna put 10% into Bitcoin. Now remember, the reason I'm putting 10% on Bitcoin, if this was a $100,000 portfolio or a $500,000 portfolio, I'm probably going higher percentages on Bitcoin and Ethereum. But because I'm only working with 10,000, I told you guys before, the less money you have, the more risky you should be, meaning try to put higher percentages to a lot of those blue coins, not to the green ones. Bitcoin, I will give 1%. So what's that? Oh, gosh. I'm going to have to a couple more zeros. 0 point. This is going to get really messy here, guys. Oh, this is going to be hard. This is going to be so hard. Man, I can't do it that way. All right, I thought I was going to do this one. I forgot that they had it, so you have to buy an actual dollar amount. Let's go this way over here. Let me move these, and we're just going to have to do simple math. Oop. Don't do that. There we go. All right, let's see that. That'll work. Good enough for government work. Actually, I need to move it over 1 so I can see that. There we go. All right, Bitcoin, we're going to go 1%. So we're going to go $1,000 of our total thing. I'm going to go 1,000 on Ethereum. Again, I'll make more money on Ethereum. I'm expecting to make way more on Ethereum than I will Bitcoin, but I'll give both of those 10%. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think I'm going to have to back this up, because I don't think I want to give 50% of my entire portfolio right there. I probably want to be closer to 30. So let's do this. Let's actually back this up and go $500. Let's go 500 on Bitcoin, 500 on Ethereum. And of these others, I'm going to go actually, let's see. I'm going to go 500 on Cardano and 500 on Polkadot. I'll make more money more than likely on Cardano and Polkadot than I will Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I'm just not going to go overboard because I want to save some money for over here. Solana, I'm going to let the $1,000 go to Solana. Even though I think there's an outside chance I'll make more on Cardano and Polkadot, I feel more secure about my Solana investment moving forward with all of that than I do Cardano and Polkadot. So we have $3,000. We have 30% of our 10,000 going into our safe portfolio. That's the top 5 there. Now we're going to move on and we're going to get into the others. I'll tell you right now, I can only do 4% on Jasmy Coin anyway. I'm going to do my full 4% on Jasmy Coin. That's going to be $400. So I'm going to put 400 into Jasmy Coin. But that's going to be the biggest one I do risks. Celestia and Injective, not necessarily a problem here, but I'm only going to do, let's see here. I might even take this to 10%. I don't even want to take it to 10%, honestly. I think I might do, let's just do it. Let's just do 300. Let's get 10% into our risky coins. All right, so we are now at 40%, meaning we have 60% to put into the blue category, the one where I think I'll make the majority of my money. So $6,000 to spend here. I'm going to tell you right now, of the 6,000, I'm going to go ahead and do 1,500 here. This is probably going to be my largest holding. I might actually up this, but let's just start off with 1,500 in my Chainlink account and see what that kind of leaves me with to work with other things. Near and Render. Let's go 750, 750, splitting those. I think I'll make more money on Render, but in case Near goes a lot higher, and I might change out some of this money, guys, but I just want to see what that is. This right now takes me to, that's a total of 3,000. So I still have 3,000 left to spend over 4 coins. And honestly, there's a part of me that looks at this and says, all right, I'm going to go lower here. I'm going to go 500 on AVAX. Do I think? Yeah, AVAX is ranked pretty high. Let's go 500 on this one. Again, I think more money comes in Near because I want to give 750 over here to ICP. And then I'm going to go 1,000. These ones I'm big on. 1,000 on ONDO, 1,000 on Stacks. Make sure my math is done correctly. Again, I got 3,000 right here, right? Yep. 3,000 right here, 1,000 right here. And again, that's 6,000, right? So 2,000, 3,000. Yeah, that should work out. I think that math is correct. What list price do you want to buy? Probably Casper. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There's my portfolio, guys. If I had $10,000 and I was brand new to crypto, this is how I would break it down. Now, again, if I had 100,000 and we were to change these numbers up, I told you I'm going a little bit different here. If I were to copy and paste all of this, let's pretend I had 100. I'm going to do this really quickly and just kind of show you what I'm talking about, just in case anyone's watching who's new. Oh, no, wait. I just want to copy and paste. Anyone who's new here who says, well, what if I do have $100,000 to invest? What if I don't only have that much? Now, all of a sudden, I'm deleting all of this because I need to rework what I'm doing. I'm now probably putting, I'm not going to go, well, no, I'll go all the way to 50%. I think 50% needs to be in this one. I think that you probably should put heavier amounts in Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think that potentially what you're looking at here is putting, if I had 100,000, probably 12,500 in both of these. That puts me up at 25,000. So we're going to go 50,000 here in my green total. So this puts me at, again, 25,000 at 25 left. Let's go. Yeah, let's just go 10,000 in Solana. We'll go 10,000 Cardano, and we'll go 5,000 into Polkadot. It's one I probably have the least conviction of all of these, but there we got 50,000. I think you get very, very close over here. I think you possibly still go with 4,000 here, just to say, you know what, let's go for it. I think Jasmy, let's do it. I'm not gonna do that though. I'm gonna go 2,000. I'm gonna go. We're not gonna do 10%. Let's do 5%. So a total of $5,000. Let's go 3,000. It's the one I feel best about. Again, these ones, I didn't have the same conviction, so we're going to 1,000 for each of those. All right. So right now we have 50%, 55%. I think you're still going over here. This one I'm going to go big on this one, 20,000. I have a total of 40, right? So I have 45. I'm going to go big on Chainlink. So now I have 25 left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me cover my bases here first, my big ones of 25, and I have 6 slots left. I'm definitely going to go, let's go 5,000 there. Let's go 5,000 here. All right. I'm sitting at 30, so I have 15K left for 4 slots, 15K. I'm bigger on this one. Let's go 4,000. Got 9,000 left. Let's go 3,000. Nope. Let's go 4,000 there as well. 5,000 left. Let's go 3,000 and 2,000. Let's go 2,500 or 30. Yeah, 2,500. Right? So again, you guys are gonna be able to go back and scroll on this and screenshot and everything. But this right here, if I have 100,000, I'm putting more risk into these green ones, these safer picks. If I have less money, I'm going more aggressive. I'm putting a little higher percentage definitely in the yellow, putting a higher percentage in the blue, less into the green. That took me a while to do, but these are fun. These are fun little projects to kind of think through and do. You guys are not going to agree with everything I have here. Definitely not. That's not how life works. But hopefully it makes sense. And again, to make your own rules, you don't have to follow those rules. Take your own choices. Maybe some of you guys saw some coins that you're like, hey, I would have put an XRP and taken out Cardano. I would have put Matic and taken out Polkadot. I would have put Optimism, up here and taken out ICP or Near or Avalanche. I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm going to say here right now, if I was a betting man, and I'm not going to do the math because it's going to sit here and bore you. I can put this on Discord later. My estimates would be that this portfolio right here will probably be close to, if not a little bit below, a 20x. Which one's 98K? Did I leave 2,000 on the table? All right, if that's the case, if I left 2,000 on the table, I'll put an additional 1,000 into stacks. And I'll put 3,500. No, 3,000. So these will go up to 3,000. Oh, too many zeros. All right. So that's just adjusting there in case, I guess if my math was a little off there. Either way, what I'm saying is I think this portfolio right here, we're getting close to a 20x, meaning that should make it close to $10,000 too close to 200,000. I think this one, more realistically, you're sitting closer to I want to say a little bit lower than a 15x, probably something more like, let's just call it like a 13x, right? So $1.3 million if you had $100,000 of investments going in there, right? You're going to make a lot of money in the blue. That's going to be your biggest gainers. You'll make some decent money in the green. And if things go out really well with yellow, you'll make some good money there as well. You just want to keep those risks a little bit lower. But there's a lot of safe picks on here that I think really, really could be a good portfolio for you guys. So let me know in the comments, in the chat, what do you guys think? If you guys enjoyed that, smash the like button for the channel. Hit subscribe. Again, we do content like this from time to time. We have 184 likes. We have 400 people watching. Let's get over 200 here in a second. We do have to, again, we're at an hour now, but it's time to go ahead and discuss what our community trade will be. We probably will not have time to do Q&A today because it's going to take us a second to go through And this will kind of work as Q&A because you guys will be able to give suggestions. But let's go ahead and do that. We have another poll here. How well will this 15 project? Okay, gotcha. All right. Start dropping some suggestions, guys, in chat. What have you guys been watching that you would love to do a community trade on? We're going to go live. We're going to go into BloFin. I'm going to go into the charts. We're going to look at the coin that you guys choose, and we're going to trade it. Now, I'll decide if we're going to long or short. You guys will help me decide what coin to trade and possibly what X to use. I'm not going to do like a 50X or a 75X. I want someone to get money. And honestly, if we do a 50X and the price of the coin drops by 2%, we're out of the trade, right? So the cap is going to be 10X. All right, let's just start there. The cap is 10X. I want to at least leave us some room to potentially think about a stop loss. We won't necessarily just ape into a trade. We're going to definitely do a setup to where it's like, hey, if it's not right to trade right now, where's the right place to trade it? But I will show you kind of some of my thinking of how I get in there. So some people are saying Link. Dave Digital says Miro. Warrior says Ondo. Someone said Cardano, but they laughed at it, which makes me think that that's not a serious thing. FET. All right, here we go. Let's get a poll. I know you just put this poll in chat a second ago, Crux. But let's do this one. Crux, make a poll for me, and I'm going to look at some charts here, but you guys literally going to have like 2 minutes to vote on this poll. Crux, give me Chainlink, give me Caspa, the 4 of them. Give me Ondo. I like Ondo for a potential trade here. And the last one, let's go Render. All right. Render, Chainlink, Caspa. What was the other one I said? Did we say Ondo? Ondo. All right. Ondo, Chainlink, Caspa, Render. All right. Let's do this. Let's go take a look at some of those charts for a second. My chart's turned off, but let's just kind of explore. Start with Link. Link actually down below $16, so kind of bleeding here. The altcoins are bleeding as a whole. I don't know. We didn't talk about this earlier, but you guys see the Bitcoin dominance is starting to make a climb again. And I told you guys this earlier. Even though I thought that the Bitcoin dominance was going to start falling, a lot of times when the markets as a whole crash, the dominance of Bitcoin goes up. That's exactly what we see happening here. So let's see if we got to keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance this next week. I'm not going to count that wick. Let's just do this. We have a trend line kind of forming right here. Let's watch, see if we get above that trend line for Bitcoin dominance on the daily chart. Should be interesting. But back to Chainlink, below $16, which is already making me think, man, this is going to be a good one to trade. But here's the thing. I'm going to say we're going to do a trade here where this trade could be open for four to 5 days. So we're going to go 4-hour chart. We're going to be triggered off of what the 4-hour and the 1-hour say. Got a nice breaker block up above us at $17, right? So going to be hard fetch to say we should enter a trade to go higher than that. What we're looking for is, can we get a good entry on Chainlink? And by the way, again, I'm just looking at this chart. We're not selecting it just yet. I'm just going to let you guys to vote. When we get to 100 votes, that'll be the deciding factor. So keep an eye on that one. That's what we kind of see going on there. Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's just look at some others, like just briefly what we're looking at here. We've hit our take profit on Caspa. You got a nice order block down below us if we keep dropping. So could Caspa drop back that far? It could. It had a nice rally up to this point. Smart Show's going to be up above us around 18 cents. So that's something to keep an eye on. Again, we need 100 votes, guys. 100 votes. As soon as we get 100 votes, whichever one is leading, that is the coin that we're going to be doing. All right, so just kind of fly by TA right there. Again, we could be about to bounce, but I do see some stuff going on there. Or my other options here in the poll, Ondo and Render. A lot of support there for Ondo. All right. Potential trade up to 140. Okay. And Render, one of our AI tokens, down really far, but has not hit the take profit just yet. Doesn't make me feel as good about it, but we do have a breaker block back up at 99. That could be an interesting level for resistance. All right, here's the thing. We did not get to 100 votes. I don't know a lot of people don't want to vote, but we're going to go ahead and rock with what we got at the moment because I don't want this to just drag out forever and forever. It's tightly contested between Chainlink and Ondo, but it looks like Ondo has the lead at 33%. So Ondo is going to be the trade, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. You can go ahead and kill that poll here. All right. We hit our take profit here on Ondo. We have a very nice breaker block that we've been bouncing off of here. What I'm watching for, I can tell you right now, I'm leaning more towards a long at the moment than a short, but I haven't made my decision for certain. But I'll tell you, the take profit's going to put us somewhere in the category right here. I don't want to risk above it. Let's just pretend I put a limit order down here. I'm going to put this take profit somewhere in the category of one. Let's do 138 because there's a wick right to that level. We could definitely revisit that and potentially get rejected there. Again, this could go longer, but I want to be in and out of this trade, sooner than later. All right, let's see what we have in the way of oscillators right now. What's the 4-hour kind of saying to us? Looks like the 4-hour wants to dip a little bit more. Money flow is positive, so that's something to keep an eye on right there. If we get a bullish momentum, there's a chance that you might make an argument for an entry. But again, with us heading down a little bit further, not quite ready there. Let's go look at the hourly chart. Let's see what it is saying. We hit the take profit here already. There's nothing in this area of support or resistance. Do we have bullishness kind of coming in play? Oh, it's so close. It's so close, but yet not quite there. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to be just a little greedy here, but I don't want to chase this trade. I'm going to put the entry somewhere here on 129, okay? It looks like charts could go down a little further, but not a lot further necessarily, okay? So let's go back out here. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Again, I already knew where I want to take profit. We're looking at a potential, wow, that's only 6.5%. Not a lot of gains right there on this trade necessarily. We'll take care of that with leverage. I do need to get the stop loss somewhere around 250, all right? Don't love this. Don't love that my stop loss is right there at around 126. That's okay, though. That's going to be our trade right there. So if you guys are following at home, I'll tell you right now, this is not my most confident trade setup that I've been in here. Where was that? Come on now. There we go. Right there. 126. But I think this one looks potentially solid. And if we don't get it, we'll enter a new one next week. You don't catch every single trade. Sometimes you get these trade setups and you miss out on them, and that's completely okay. You'll catch another one. All right. So there's our trade setup right there. 129.690 is going to be our entry. 126.7 is our stop loss. 138.7 is going to be our exit. Because we can only profit here roughly about 7%, I would love for us to get somewhere in the range. All right. So we actually have a poll out right now. 2 to 5. Okay. All right. I'm going to say somewhere here. All right. That's pretty overwhelming. We can keep going, but a lot of people saying somewhere in the range of 6 to 10%. I like it. Let's go. Let's go 10. Why don't we do it? Let's go $100, 10x on ONDO. You only live once. We got to put a limit order here. We're going to go 10x on this one. We're definitely going to use $100 or a little bit close to $100. If I can't get, 97 is good enough. Well, I'll go over. I'll be generous. Come on, 111. 111. So this could get a little bit higher than this. My entry point, I got to go back here and take a look. What was it? 129.690. 129.690. Okay, that's going to give it there. Take profit stop loss. My take profit 1387. Oop, wrong one. 1387. And my stop loss was 1267. All right. We have got ourselves a limit order on the table. It is not a live trade just yet. We do have to drop down to 129.69 for this to enter. However, I will update you guys on how this trade is going over the next couple of days. We will see how it plays out. And then again, when we get that winner, one of you guys will win. If it's in profit, boom. And I'm going to be responsible with it. If we get to a level where I need to do a trailing stop loss or trailing stop loss, and we exit and gain, I'll do it. I don't want us to go down and lose upwards of 30% of the trade and then only give away $70. But if we do, we do. It is what it is. With that said, though, we're going to probably wrap up today's show. It's 12:09. But I want to remind you guys, we just hit 20K. So on Wednesday, T-Stream and I will announce a special way for you guys to win on 20,000 subscribers. What this means is one of you guys will get $100 because we always do that, but that is going away. We're no longer doing $100 giveaways for every time we hit a new 1,000 subscriber mark. We will be doing monthly giveaways. There will be a lot of information coming out as far as ways you can be involved in the community and be entered to win giveaways. But to celebrate, 20 of you will get $50. We're not yet in a place where we're ready. I know some channels go nuts. In the future, as the Lord blesses us in the channel, we'll do giveaways upwards of thousands and thousands. I would love someday to do like a lucky winner wins like an Ethereum or something, right? We're not there as a channel just yet, but the Lord is blessing us because you guys are awesome. And when we're blessed, you guys are going to be blessed as well. So look forward to that. Announcements coming later on this coming week. With that said, though, love all of you guys. Share this video with a friend of yours who's new to crypto. If you're new to crypto, awesome. Take with it and do as best you can. But if you're been around the block or a time or two and you're saying, man, I can think of a friend that needs to watch this video, go share this with them. Let's get this video 10,000 views for our new beginning crypto investors. With that said, love you guys. See you next week. Adios. And that's just got to wrap out the week very well, hitting the wrong button. I don't know why I always go for that one, but we're going to go with the actual outro. See you next time.
Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots, stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros. Army pipe, lethal on trade. Entries and exits, worthy of praise. Tim, the professor, the TA. Shout it out loud on the PA. T-Shroom's news, got the word. Doing better than what he deserves. Beamer, leave no evidence. Soon fly coop with his dividend. Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots, stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros.
Investing bros. Investing bros. Investing bros. Investing bros.